Hello everyone, welcome to Logo Learnings. In this video, we are going to look at the second chapter of the Indian Economic Development, Class 12, Indian Economy 1950 to 1990. So we know that India got independence in the year 1947 on 15th August. So after independence, the leaders was to decide which economic system is suitable for India. So they were having a problem in front of them, that is they have to choose or they have to opt a particular economic system in India for which is suitable for India, which will enhance the Indian economy. So that was based on the basic problems or central problems of the economy, such as a choice of production, that is what to produce, what is the product that must be produced. Then choice of technology, that means how to produce, whether we have to use labor intensive technology or capital intensive technology. That is what the second point is. Then the third problem is distribution of goods and services, that means for whom to produce, to which category do we have to sell these goods, how do we have to distribute these goods and services. So those are the three basic problems of the economy. Then what is an economy? So before going into this chapter, we must know what is an economy and what is an economic system. So an economy is an organization of economic activities which provides people with the means to work and earn a living. That means, what is economic activities? Economic activities means the activities which are done to earn money or to earn a living. So such activities, an organization or a group of such economic activities in an area with people, which provides people a means to work, which provides people with work and a means to earn a livelihood. Then the next one is, what is an economic system? So we know that after independence, the leaders were to decide which type of economic system must be opted for India. So what is an economic system? Economic system is defined as an arrangement by which central problems of an economy are solved. So the economic system is an arrangement or a way or method by which or through which the central problems, that is what, how and for whom to produce, are solved in an economy. So now we are going to look at the types of economic systems. So there are mainly three types of economic systems: capitalist economy, socialist economy and a mixed economy. So the first one is capitalism or capitalist economy. The basic problems. So here the basic problems of the economy are solved by the market forces of an economy, such as the demand and supply. So we know that the types of economic systems, or the economic system, is based on the basic or central problems of an economy. So here the basic or central problems of an economy are solved by the market forces and not by any public or private sector organizations. It is also known as a free market economy. Then it is the private sector has more importance. So the public sector has least importance or has less voice, and the private sector is having more importance, or the private sector almost controls the economy. The main feature is competition, as public sectors are not there. The main motive is profit, and there is no motive for social welfare. That means the people will compete with each other to earn maximum profit. So profit maximization is the main motive, and profit is the incentive to work. So there is an incentive for the work, that is profit or a return to work. Then no government interference, that means public sector is absent in this capitalist economy. Consumers, producers and laborers are free. Then in the capitalist economy, the factors of production are also transferred from less profitable area to more profitable area, and the producers are free to produce which all goods and services that they wanted. That means they always prefer the goods and services which has more demand and which will give them more profits. So they can produce whatever they want, in which all area they can earn profit. Then the consumers can produce which all commodities that they require, how much quantity they wanted. They can purchase any quantity of goods and any quality of goods or anything. They can purchase which all goods they wanted, and no one is going to have control on their freedom. That's what the capitalist economy is. Then, what is the merits? What are the merits and demerits of capitalism? So, the merits are it increases self-interest. That means the people can choose whatever they want in their own interest. In their interest, nobody is there to control their freedom or question their freedom. Then, accelerates economic growth. So, the people can buy goods in any price or charge any price. The producers can charge any price, whether it is high or low. It will accelerate the economic growth. There is no restrictions. Then demerits are it ignores the interest of economy as a whole. So it is not considering the economy as a whole. In this type of economy, the rich becomes richer and the poor becomes poorer, because the rich people always charge high prices for the commodity. As a result, the poor people will not be able to afford that. They will lack many goods. They will not be able to, as there is no social motive, no one is there to give them products, so they will become poorer. They cannot enhance their living. But the richer people becomes richer. They can earn a lot from the sale of goods and services, because nobody is there to control their control pricing or anything like the government. Then the second one is a socialist economy or socialism. So it is an economy where the basic or central problems of the economy are solved by a planning authority or a planning commission or by the government. So here the public sector is having more importance, and this type of economy lacks private sector. It is also known as centrally planned economy. Then public sector has importance, and the motive is a social welfare. In a capitalist economy, the main motive is profit maximization, whereas here it is social welfare. Then the freedom of consumers and producers are also controlled, because the government specifies a particular quantity and price for the goods which must be sold. So they will find it hard to, or their freedom is minimized or less. Then the merits and demerits of socialism. The merits are controlled by government, so it is having a motive of social welfare. It enhances the life of poor people. It considers the economy as a whole. Then consider the interest of the economy as a whole ensures social equality. That is, there is no division between rich and poor. Like that, there will not be any sort of divisions. Then principal merit is growth with social justice. So they follow social justice, and growth will also take place at the same time. Then demerits are consumer sovereignty is restricted. So the consumers are given with a certain amount of goods, and their freedom is or their sovereignty is restricted. Also the producers freedom is also restricted. The producers freedom is also restricted because there are no private sectors. Then there is no incentives to work. So we saw that in the capitalist economy, the incentive for work is profit, and here there is no incentives to work. No private property is allowed in the socialist economy. Then the third one is mixed economy. From the name itself, it's clear that it is a combination of both the economies, that is capitalist economy as well as socialist economy. So it is a combination of capitalism and socialism and coexistence of public and private sector. So we can also understand that there is both a private and public sector in a mixed economy. Then its merits are provide a choice to consumers. So consumers and producers have freedom. Even if it is limited, they are having freedom to purchase goods and sell goods as they wish. Then raises consumers welfare level. So the consumers welfare. So here the motives are social welfare as well as profit maximization. Both the motives are satisfied in this economy. Then both public and private sector exist. Then promote self-interest. So it promotes self-interest. Then facilitates growth and equality with social justice. So both growth as well as social equality are satisfied in this type of economy. Then the demerits are inefficiency and corruption. So this type of economy is inefficient, and there can be any sort of malpractices. Then lack of accountability and efficiency, and privatization takes place. So privatization also takes place. These are the demerits. Then coming to the next topic, economic planning. So what is planning? Determining in advance or deciding in advance. That is what planning. Simply we can define it as deciding or determining in advance. So economic planning means a planned coordination and utilization of available resources in an economy to achieve certain pre-specified social and economic objectives in a time-bound program. So in a time-bound program, that means during a specified period, this type of economic planning is a planned coordination and utilization means we are using resources very carefully, and that means optimal utilization of resources but through planning makes an economy to achieve certain social and economic objectives that is targeted in a specified period of time. Then according to the Planning Commission, which was set up in 1950, it says that the Planning Commission defined economic policies economic planning as economic planning. According to Planning Commission, economic planning means utilization of countries' resources into different development activities in accordance with a national priority. That means the use of resources, the optimal utilization of resources according to the needs of the nation is termed as economic planning by the Planning Commission set up in 1950 under the chairmanship of Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India. Then a plan. What is a plan? So coming to the plan. So now we saw what is planning. So what is a plan? A plan is a document showing detailed scheme, program and strategy worked out in advance for fulfilling an objective. That means a plan is several programs or steps that is worked out or that is done in advance for fulfilling an objective. That is what, or preparing for something. That is what a plan is. So the next topic is planning objectives and plan objectives. So what is plan objective and what is planning objective and what are these objectives? So planning objectives. First we can look at planning objectives. Planning objectives refer to long-term objectives to be achieved over a period of 20 years. So these are the long-term objectives that has to be achieved within 20 years, a long period, that is 20 years. Then it is also known as perspective plan, and its basis is a 5-year plan. So 5-year plan, it is on the basis of the 5-year plans. And planning objectives are, so what all are the planning objectives? So there are 4 planning objectives: growth, modernization, self-reliance and equity. Then what is plan objective? Plan objectives refer to short-term objectives. So planning objective is long-term, which lasts for 20 years, and plan objective is short-term, whose period or which lasts for or which is achieved over a period of 5 years. It is a sector specific. It is sector specific means it depends upon each sector of the economy, depends on the sectors of the economy, that is primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. Plan objectives are growth and equality. So plan objectives are growth and equality. And the sector specific means in the case of first 5-year plan, it is based on agriculture, the development of agricultural sector or the primary sector. Like that, it is sector specific. That's what it is called, sector specific. So in the coming table you can see we are differentiating planning objectives and plan objectives. So planning objectives are long-term objectives which are to be achieved over a period of 20 years. Then they are general goals. They are general goals and they are common to all plans and aim at a structural changes. Structural changes means changes in the sectors of the economy or sectoral changes. Then it is also called a perspective plan, and the objectives related to planning objectives are growth, modernization, self-reliance and equity. In the case of plan objectives, it is a short-term plan which are to be achieved over a period of 5 years. Then it is specific. It has specific goals. That means it has a particular goal that has to be achieved. It is initiated to achieve a certain goal. But in the case of planning objectives, it is initiated to achieve general goals. Then plan objectives vary from plan to plan, but it is common for all plans and planning objective. Then plan objectives aimed at quantitative changes. So in planning objectives it was structural changes, here it is quantitative changes. Then it is also called a 5-year plan and is different and they are different in different 5-year plans. Basically the objectives relate to growth and equality. So now we can go through the objectives of planning in India. So we saw that there are several objectives such as modernization, self-reliance, growth and equity. So we can go through it one by one. So modernization means adoption of new technology, new methods of production and changes in social outlook. So that is what modernization means, becoming enhanced. That means adopting new technology, new methods of production which will enhance or develop the economy. So that is what modernization is. So there is a demerit for modernization too. That is the demerit is the advanced technology requires less labor. So this reduces the labor. As a result, this will lead to unemployment. Then the next one is self-reliance. That means self-capability. This means export promotion and import substitution. That means we are increasing the export from the India or from the country and reducing the imports to India, which will make the economy self-sufficient and efficient in all the goods and in all the methods of production. So self-sufficiency for it gains a self-sufficiency in food grains, then foreign aid, and also it reduces the dependence on the imports of goods as the domestic production is enhanced. The chance for imports is less. Then rise of exports, it promotes the exports from the country and also contributes of a contribution of industries in the GDP will also rise. Then economic growth. So what is growth? Growth means increase in the aggregate output of goods and services. That means the increase in the overall production of goods and services within the country, and it will when the production in the country increases, it will lead to an increase in the contribution of GDP of the country. So actually growth means increase in the GDP. So GDP is an indicator of economic growth. So what is GDP? GDP is the total or market value of all the goods and services produced within the country in one accounting year. Then the next last objective is equity. Equity means reduction of inequality of income or wealth, or that means reduction in the inequality. That means reducing the distance between rich and poor, or division of rich and poor. So, and uplifting the weaker sections of the society and more even distribution of economic power. So they're reducing the inequalities among different sections of the society and giving power to all the people residing in the country. Then the equality is spreaded by uplifting the workers in the weaker sections, such as landless workers, small and marginal farmers, then economically poor and backward people, handicapped people, etc. Then the next topic is all about the 5-year plans, and I have done a video on the first 7 5-year plans, and I will give the link in the description, so please do watch that. And in the next slide I have given the time period of planning in India. So the first 5-year plan was between 1951 to 56. Second plan was in 1956 to 61. Third plan 61 to 66. Then there were 3 annual plans. Then fourth plan, fifth plan. Then again there was a 1 annual plan. Then sixth plan, seventh plan. Then 2 annual plans, eighth plan. Please go through these years and the number of plans, 5-year plans introduced in India. Then on January 1st, 2015, the Planning Commission, the 5-year plan was changed to Niti Aayog, that is National Institution for Transforming India. So the first part of this chapter is over. So I hope the video is very clear, and we will discuss the remaining in the coming videos. So please do like, share and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a video, and please do mention your queries in the comment section. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day.